People, I've seen a lot of insane and craziness in my time in the anime and manga community over the last 12 years of me creating content, in particular on YouTube, but also just in general, kind of mingling with anime and manga fans alike on social media. I've seen a lot. I mean, we've talked about from people burning books when they didn't get what they want, to people, doing horrendous things in the anime community. There has been some wild stuff that has happened, but every time I think I've probably seen it all. I've seen everything that could possibly go down in the anime and manga community. There is some fandom out there that yet again surprises me and makes me say, oh, didn't see that coming, folks, because I was kind of planning on doing an updated video on the state of My Hero Academia manga, in particular more so speaking how the fandom has kind of been feeling lately about the series. Like, just in general, there's been, and it's no secret, a lot of fans that haven't been really digging the series. So I was kind of gonna tackle that video from that angle, and I still might do that at some given point, but I feel like this is just a testament at this point to some of the other sides of the My Hero Academia fandom, where it's kind of like, dog, when I get into a series, when I talk about a series with people, whether it be on Twitter, whether it be on the comments of my videos, whether it be friends that I know that are into anime and manga, I usually just like to talk about, yo, dog, what if this happened, and what if that happened, and oh my god, did you see that just went down in the series? I usually stick to, hey, this is what we have in front of us, this right here, so on and so forth. I rarely do imaginary ships, and there's nothing wrong with that. I want to be clear about that. If you got ships that is, you decided to come up with, that's your prerogative, go nuts. Why not? Because at the end of the day, I'd be a hypocrite when I'd be, fanboying over waifu and stuff like that. I've had my fair share of being like, yo, dog, Lucy Heartfilia for life, dog, you know what I'm saying? So I'd be a hypocrite to kind of come at people for their prerogative when it comes to what they want to say and do in the fandom. But dog, My Hero Academia fans in particular, this small section has hit a new low, and I'm just kind of shocked to see it. And again, what I'm referring to is not necessarily the aspect of what they're talking about, but more so what just happened. Because basically, in case you don't know about My Hero Academia fandom, there's a lot of hardcore shippers that usually ship characters. Like, they'll do Deku Bakugo, they'll do, Bakugo Kirishima, which again, that's not my thing. I don't do none of that stuff. I'm not really even that much into shipping nowadays. I just leave it to the fans themselves. But yo, that's a big deal in the My Hero Academia fandom. I see it quite often over on the Twitter spaces, on the Bird app, so to speak. I see a lot of people doing shipping. And again, if that's what you want to do, go for it. I'm not saying anything regarding that aspect. But recently, over on Twitter, there was a debacle where homie went a little bit bonkers over something that, why? And I'm gonna read it to you guys in a second so you can understand. Pretty much, there was a poll that was posted on Twitter by some account, and it was basically, which ship would you go for? I believe it was Bakugo and Deku, or Bakugo and Kirishima. And apparently, there was some people that really wanted their ship to win badly. And again, shipping is fine, back in the Naruto days, dog, you couldn't tell me otherwise. I was Naru Hina all the way. Get that Naru Saku out my face, dog. I celebrated when, yeah, Hinata, yo, that's the one. So I understand if that's, your shipping thing, whatever. I'm not judging here. Well, what I'm saying is that homie actually spent money to win this random poll over on Twitter. Like, it was just, it wasn't like Viz Media or something put this poll together. It was just a random poll on Twitter, and this person, this account decided, because they wanted to win so badly their ship, to put down $2,000 in bots to win the poll. And pretty much following that, it got even worse, where the person was very upset and just making the My Hero Academia fandom look down horrendous over this. Let's read and we'll talk some more, but jeez Louise, dog. Again, I thought I saw it all, but they shock me every time. Let's read. This person said, my friends and I spent almost $2,000 on the poll because we wanted to win, only for you to delete it? Are you serious? You. This is so weird of you, dog. No. I think we need to put things into perspective. You spent $2,000, you and your friend, on a Twitter poll. Not even an official Twitter poll, which even regardless, whatever Twitter poll, I don't give a it was, Crunchyroll themselves that put this Twitter poll together. But yeah, that what's weird here? We wanted to do something nice for our community because we never get anything. But of course, you had to be the bitter bitch. We bought around 20,000 votes. Why? It's a poll. It's not real. Because we knew based on the previous polls that KRBK often received 3,000 to 6,000 votes. Based on the poll's results, we bought the right amount of votes. KRBK 52% of 51,293 votes equals 26,672 votes. Buki Duki, which I guess they're referring to Bakugo and Deku shipping, 48% of 51,293 votes equals 24,640 votes. If you think this is some sick joke, you too. $2,000 going down the drain isn't some laughing matter. It's not a laughing matter by any means. You put it down the drain the moment you decided to invest in Twitter bots to win an imaginary Twitter poll, dog. I'm not even trying to come at homie because, again, I don't care if you was shipping whatever. I don't give a if you want to ship Aizawa with Crust, dog. If that's your prerogative, go nuts with it. The point is, you spent real life money. 2 bands, nonetheless. 2 bands, I could get a lot done with 2 bands, dog. You could do a lot with 2 bands. You spend 2 bands on a Twitter poll for imaginary ships that aren't even canonical to the manga by any means. The person that deleted it, sure, I guess you would say dog, you can't just let them have whatever. But regardless, it's their poll, and regardless, they realized that it was rigged because the person that created the poll came out and said, sorry guys, I was sleeping, but it's come to my attention that people have been buying/botting the poll, so one side would have more than the other. This was supposed to be just for fun, not to spend money to prove something. And the initial results at the end of it was with over 51,000 votes that Kiribaku won. So Kirishima x Bakugo with 52% of the votes, while Baku Deku did 48% of the votes. So that person was a Kirishima Bakugo shipper. And wow, dog. I can't even be mad, really. Initially I was gonna say, maybe you shouldn't have, but no, you're rigging polls, and that's your fault. You decided to spend 2 bands on it for this imaginary thing. And honestly, this makes the fandom look bad because I might even be a little bit more understanding if, hey, you're raging and not money, because putting money in it, period. I'm not gonna understand putting money into an imaginary poll, but maybe yo, dog, hey, me and my friends all voted for, this character and we finally won and you decided to delete it, man. You, something like that. Maybe I might be a little more sympathetic, just hey dog, come on man, we finally won the poll and then you decided to delete it. But considering they rigged it and spent real money on it, honestly, that's bozo status right now. My Hero Academia fandom, and I'm a part of it. Hello, I love My Hero Academia. I've stated it multiple times, despite the fact that maybe things aren't exactly as I would like, and despite the fact that, there's a little bit of a shadow being casted over the fandom. I love My Hero Academia. I really rock with the series. So I'm included in it too when I say that we're down bad right now, because what is this, dog? Why is this even a topic of discussion that somebody is spending money on Twitter polls for My Hero Academia imaginary shipping? What is going on here, dog? It would have even made more sense if it was maybe one of the canonical ships that kind of maybe might happen of again, the Deku Uraraka or Deku and whatever other characters that he's been into or whatnot. Maybe it would still make more sense in terms of just being upset if they deleted the Twitter poll, but you spent $2,000, dog. What are you doing? Why? Give me that 2 bands, dog. I'll make all the accounts you need with those 2 bands, okay? What? This is My Hero Academia fans, please do better. We can't be going out this sad. The series is on its final arc, or it's in the final saga, final stretch, whatever you want to call it. We probably only have maybe I don't know, half a year left of the manga. Please, for the love of God, stop doing this so we don't go out looking absolutely sad as hell with ship polls and But let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. Do you feel that maybe the guy that deleted the poll was in the wrong? How do you feel about somebody spending 2 bands to win an imaginary Twitter poll? And I don't even know what to say anymore, man. I'm out. I'm checking out of here, boys. That's all I have for this one. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, don't buy votes on a Twitter poll, and subscribe while you're here. Why not? You know, I kind of made you laugh, I'm sure. Hit that subscribe and that bell. Have an awesome day, people. Anime and manga for life. I'm totally off kiltered right now. Like, this just really blew my mind. Like, $2,000. Like,
I have a dream, alone in my room as I sit with the tea. Couldn't possibly think what I often see, and you don't even know how I often blink. Lights be flashing and looking at me, such an odd unique, yet I'm so unique and you're looking at me. If the walls could talk, they would probably read Greek, and I'd probably say, bitch, get the fuck off me.